Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for March 23rd, 2026. We've got Base and Menagerie today, and for trashing, we've got Scrap and Goat Herd. For plus actions, Village and Village Green, and Toil. For draw, Wayfarer, Witch, Council Room, Sheepdog. And for gains, Council Room buys, Scrap can give net gains, although it's a bit complicated. Bandit can gain treasures, Wayfarer can gain treasures. Okay, so we're definitely going to want to open with a Scrap. That much seems clear. Trash estates. Scrap, not the best copper trasher. Goat Herd's okay at it. Probably want to do that. I don't know if we want to open with it, though. Let's start with the Scrap. See what the bot does. Okay, the bot gets a Scrap as well. That does make it at least a little bit more promising to take Goat Herd. But the other thing that we could do is just invest in like a Witch. Goat Herd's not going to help us hit 5 anyway. Now, granted, a silver would do more to help us hit 5 than investing in a Witch. But having the potential to get 2 Witches and making it more unpleasant for the bot to get a Witch, both of those seem like good things. And not having the silver in the deck isn't exactly like a problem otherwise. Like if the bot gets a Witch first, like we draw extra cards, then we can get 2 Witches and that sort of thing. So I think I like investing in Witch. Bot just goes double Scrap. Okay. I wonder about investing in a Village Green. So first of all, we might bottom deck our Scrap, in which case we're only going to have 3 coins next turn. If we don't, we're guaranteed to see an estate. But we still don't have the ability to hit 5. So... we could potentially get 2 Village Greens, and then like we discard the one that we've invested in and play it for the next turn, and that essentially draws us a card. Which is pretty good. Even the bot did open double Scrap. I do kind of wish now I'd gotten the Goat Herd, but... We don't, like... Part of the reason I'm thinking about invest in Village Green is we don't need the Village Green in the deck right this second. The other thing we could do, you know, depending, is if we want to get a Goat Herd anyway, we could potentially like Scrap, not take a coin, you know, and buy a Goat Herd and just leave the Village Green invested. I think that's reasonable. Okay, so estate on top. If we're gonna get a Goat Herd, we probably do want to draw that, because we want to make it more likely that we see the Goat Herd next turn, because the bot didn't play either of its Scraps. So I think we go card, horse, take a Goat Herd. Yeah. So if we trash a copper here, absolute worst case draw is copper estate. That's not very likely. It is possible. I think I'm willing to risk that. Wow. Okay. Well. Now we've got the scrap with no estates on top. That's so obnoxious. There's a pretty good chance next turn there's just going to be crap, unless, well, maybe even if we do this, but we could get the village green out of exile and get an extra card through the shuffle. We're only going to see 2 cards with that scrap if we don't do that. I think we just got to do that. Okay. Well, we still might not draw an estate. Oh, we drew the village green. Okay. I'd rather play that for next turn, but okay. God. All right. If we go card coin, we might hit 5. Or we might draw our other estate. Again, I think it's worth taking the risk. Okay, here we go. All right, that's gonna be... It could just be card action, hope to find a village green. It's definitely action. 40% chance that we find a village green. I mean, what do we want this turn? We could also take a silver or a horse so that we can get a Wayfarer. Probably a horse. I mean, there is a slight chance that we end up not hitting 3 here. But oh my god, what the fuck? Oh wait, Wayfarer is 0 because we gave out a curse. It's all fine. See, it's all fine. Okay, it'd be nice to play the Witch last again. Scrap is not got any more estates to trash anyway. Maybe that's just not really an option. Okay. So we could scrap the horse or the silver to get some buys. Well, to get a buy anyway. I kind of want 3 cards. Actually, I want more than that. I kind of want another Wayfarer. I want another Village Green. I want another Scrap. I want Sheepdogs. It's gonna be tough to get all of that. There's definitely a case to be made for playing with Council Room, but it could definitely be correct to just do Wayfarer Scrap for gains to avoid drawing the black cards. Okay, but given that we do in fact only have 2 gains, and we don't have the duration Village Green, I think it's important that we get a Village Green. Do we want to get another Scrap now? guess we probably do. It's a little awkward, but it's not too bad. Like we scrap horse for buy horse coin, I guess. We can get another scrap, and next turn we can scrap a silver and a horse. Or 2 silvers, one from the Wayfarer. I think that makes the most sense. I guess we're probably playing the horse, but let's play the village green first. Yeah, okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So down there we have Wayfarer, we have Goat Herd, and we have Witch. So we do want card action. I guess we can just assume that we're going to want the buy. Man. I want to trash the curse. Come on. Now I can't use the Wayfarer. Frig. I mean, I can, but I just can't draw the silver. It's so annoying. If we gain a silver here, maybe it doesn't make sense to even play the Wayfarer. We gain a silver, we can't get a free Wayfarer. I think I'd rather get a free Wayfarer than add a silver to the deck right now. Now the question is, do we want a village or do we want a sheepdog? Probably a village. I mean, I do want a sheepdog, but probably we need the village more for the moment. Okay. So ideally, again, we want to play the Witch last, if we can. We can get a free Wayfarer. We got 1 silver there. I guess we're just playing the Wayfarer first to gain another silver so that we have more scrap targets. And we need to take at least 1 action. So action by... Could just be get the silver back. You can draw 2 silvers. So it could just be action by silver, trash a copper, then we have 6 coins, and we could go like Wayfarer, Village, Sheepdog. I think that makes sense. Oh no, wait, we don't need the action with this one. Oh, hold on. Yeah. No, yeah, okay. Action by... No, not action. Buy coin silver. So we get our free Wayfarer, and I guess we can go Village Green Sheepdog, which is, you know, a bit better. Alright, the witches are about to lose their utility. We could consider them as scrap targets. I guess playing with Bandit here is not out of the question either. I do want to keep trashing my coppers. Oh, but wait, we have a curse. We should try to get that. We want another silver. We probably do. Okay. I don't think we can possibly afford to save this village green for next turn. Bot still has 6 curses. Nice. Alright. Do we just scrap the witches now? Probably we scrap one witch and play the other one. We don't need an action, so we can just take everything else. That's... And then... I'd like to keep the horse. So, scrap silver... or... Could just be scrap silver for card buy silver. And then we draw the other 2 cards with the witch, and yeah, we've drawn a horse dead, but it's fine. Okay. I would kind of like another buy. I still think I'd rather do that with scrap than with council room. We kind of have more money than we really need. Does that suggest we should start provincing? It might. We could go like scrap village green province. That seems reasonable. We're not really capable of lowering piles enough to threaten a pile out, I think, even with like free wayfarers, just because it's hard to get the gains. I guess we don't really need the points though, right? The bot still has 6 curses. We believe enough in our draw, we could just go double village green and try to be more secure with that. Yeah, sure, I guess. That being the plus action situation. I don't know. I kind of wanted to add one more wayfarer too, but it's hard to do all the things. All right, there's the council room. Trash that. Silver. silver. I would like to see my... I'll go ahead and play the horse. I'd like to see my sheepdog. I guess the scrap can activate the sheepdog, can't it? Well, there we go. Alright, last card is a witch. Maybe we can next turn village green now. Discard pile has 3 silvers in it. Are we okay scrapping the witch? That would be the condition under which we can... Well, I guess we could take plus action with 1 or 2 scraps. It would only need to be 1. Yeah, okay. So... you draw with the witch last. We know we're going to need to draw with at least 1 scrap, so we can do this to go card action buy, and then that to go card buy silver. That, I guess, also is card buy silver. Okay. Well, we're pretty close to being able to pile. Said I do want 1 more Wayfarer. Maybe now we take a province. Again, we don't like super need it, but if the bot is able to hit province, it would be nice to already have one and just be able to pile that way. I mean, I guess if the bot doesn't lower these piles, well, am I going to look further lower the piles? I kind of want to go province, village, sheepdog. In which case, I wouldn't be lowering them to within range where I can pile them if the bot doesn't take anything. Alright, I'm going to take sheepdog. I mean, I guess I could take... If I'm willing to skip the province, I could take village green instead. Maybe I should just do that. The bot has 4 gains. It can't possibly trash all of its curses. So if we do sheepdog, village green, we're totally safe from an immediate pile out. If we were to take the last village green, we would no longer be. I guess we could take a council room. I'm a little bit worried about an action situation in that case, though. It might be better to just take another village. Be threatening the pile out in the case where the bot isn't able to score enough, or it lowers piles, and otherwise we can score next turn. That seems fine. Okay, it did get a province. Oh, but it lowered the village greens. Okay, so we should be able to win this turn. Come on. I guess there's no reason to trash. Okay. We're definitely going to gain a silver, and we're definitely going to take a buy. Probably just go card. Well, we don't need a lot of money. I mean, we need 8 and 9, which we had. That's what we had last turn. So scrapping silver into silver from that perspective is fine, but we gain silvers. That, so we're not gaining. Silver pile's pretty low too. Okay, so we have another Wayfarer. Right. We did get a fourth one. Okay, scrap silver for buy coin silver, I guess. I mean, it doesn't really matter. And scrap silver for card buy silver, which next turn that. We have way more money than we need. Yeah. So interestingly, the bot opened double scrap, but then it didn't do as much of the scrap stuff. I actually think, yeah, the bot needed a goat herd. It still has 5 coppers and 4 curses. That's bad. I like the early invests. I think that paid off nicely. The village green discard one did end up like pretty well saving that one turn, I think. I would have liked to do more with sheepdogs. It's just harder to get enough gains to like put more sheepdogs into the deck. But if you had like a little bit more time or more like a little easier access to buys, you could build really big here with just having like a ton of extra draw with the sheepdogs, which would then in turn let you draw a ton of additional silvers and all that. Like, I mean, obviously on that last turn I could have triple provinced. You know, you can imagine, you know, if you had, instead of 2 sheepdogs, you had, I don't know, 5 or something. But I would have had, you know, obviously I had 4 buys. It wasn't like I could hit 4 provinces yet, but it was getting to that point. It would have been difficult to, you know, obviously have like a significantly bigger turn than that, just because of the gain limits. I mean, unless you play with Council Room, but then like that has its, like I said, it has its downsides in accelerating your opponent, and it is a kind of an expensive way to add more buys anyway. But yeah. Anyway, well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.